Welcome to episode 3 of Lake Country Encounters. If this is your first time joining us, welcome to the community. If you've been with us for the first couple of episodes, welcome back. Now let's get started. Each and every year, it seems like the topic of Bigfoot or Sasquatch encounters becomes more and more mainstream. While it is true that there are still shame merchants that exist around this topic, that's sad, but the momentum seems to be with those who would identify themselves as either open-minded to the topic, believers, and even knowers. In this episode, we're going to be discussing 3 examples of this type of change. I thought they were interesting because in each one of these cases, we have an area or a community that's celebrating a long history with exactly these kinds of encounters. The first example, and I'll include a link to all of these examples at the end of the podcast, but in 2014, there was a post from Travel Wisconsin that was titled, Wisconsin's Bigfoot Hotspots. This post goes on to highlight 73 Bigfoot sightings that were reported in that state since 1970. Adventurers and those seeking the tale of a lifetime are encouraged to consider exploring one of the following counties that has at least one of these Bigfoot hotspots. The locations are within Marinette, Prince, Vilas, and Oneida counties. There are even a few suggestions on places that people could use for camping, as well as what they say are recommendations for more civilized lodging if that's more your speed. The next example comes to us from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, who in 2021 posted a 4-part series all about Bigfoot. Each one of these sessions, I know they are available on YouTube. Not sure if you could get them anywhere else, but I know they were and are still available on YouTube. Each session ran about 1 hour and covered topics ranging from the legend of Bigfoot through the evidence for Bigfoot, and even included a couple of sessions on the people that are actually out hunting for evidence, right? So it might be worth your time to watch that as well. And again, I'll include a link at the end of the podcast. The last example I kind of want to highlight comes to us from a July 2020 report, and there's a number of sources that reported that there was a sighting of what that individual called a 10-foot tall Sasquatch, and it was near the town of Reamer, Minnesota. Now, Reamer, Minnesota has a long history with Sasquatch or Bigfoot. And they tend to celebrate it there. There is a annual event that I believe they call it Bigfoot Days, and one of the local newspapers in that area, I don't know if the newspaper's right out of Reamer, but the Pinecone Press-Citizen has an article within it that highlights a long history in that area with Bigfoot dating all the way back to the 1800s. So they are proud of their history with these animals in that area. And I'll include a link to the Pinecone Press-Citizen at the end of the podcast. Maybe if I can find something, well, I think if you are interested in visiting Bigfoot Days within Reamer, you probably can search the town of Reamer, Minnesota, and find all the information you need for attending that event. So we'll start wrapping up this episode now, and I just want to remind you that if you have any stories that you'd like to have me read, you can forward them to the email on the screen here, lakecountry.encounters@gmail.com. And if you'd prefer to record your encounter, or come on and read it live. I'm open either way. So look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you.